Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. In this video you will learn how to use ParaView to post-process and visualize CFD solution, especially for who wants to use OpenFOAM CFD package. And here you will learn how to prop and also plot data over a specific line, and we're gonna to show you how you can use different existing filters in this visualization software. Okay, let's start. The test case that we consider here is the follow over an oscillating cylinder. As you see here, it is oscillating. Then we're gonna to see the pressure field or velocity field and extract the data over a specific line or at a specific location. Here is my case directory, and here I open a terminal and load my OpenFOAM version 8, the latest version, and when I record this video, and I open the paraFoam by paraFoam command. Then I press apply. First I want to change the background. Here I can search it for the background. Okay, I find it. Set the gradient, it could be better. I change it the color to this one, and this one it could be a bit better than previous one. So if you want to see the velocity, for example, you can choose the velocity and select it here. Then since we are on the first time step, you couldn't see anything. Before that, I would suggest you to change the 3D to the 2D view, and also set the XZ plan, and then okay, I go to the next step. You can rescale the data regarding the current plot by this one. If I use it, you can see the maximum velocity is 1.9 per second. And if you want to change it to the custom range, you can use this option, and maybe you would like to set it to the 2 meters per second. And if you have a transient case like this one, you can rescale the data over all of the time steps, and it takes time because it has to read all of the data in the 500 time steps for this case, and then set the range regarding this the value of the velocity at all of the time steps. Okay, I cancel it because we want to continue about this data range. But here you can see also rescale to visible data range. For here it doesn't make sense, but if you zoom your view to the specific area, you can use it, and you can say it set the velocity label color bar color map regarding your view. And if you change your view and come here near the cylinder, you can again use this one. As you can see, the range of the velocity could be changed because you use the visible data range option. Okay, you can also change the velocity to the pressure, and you can see we have maximum pressure in front of the cylinder. If you would like to save it, you can from the file and save a screen. You can set a name, just an example pressure, and press OK, and then you can set the image resolution. By default it could be OK, and you can press OK, and then you have a file on the here with the name of the pressure, as you see. And it is a simple example how you can save your figure on the ParaView, but it's better to move the color bar and legend here, and also set your view correctly and rescale the data, and then you can save your figure again and again. Okay. The first filter that I would like to suggest you to use for this type of the CFD simulation is the string trace. You can choose the string trace from this bar, and then when you choose the string trace, you can set the vector and the type of the integration direction and so on. By the first, I apply this one, and let's see what we can see in this streamline. So here I change it the resolution to 100, and again I press apply, and you can see it could give us a better view for the stream trace. I use y-axis, and yes, it could be better. To be more clear, we can introduce 2 points on the center, or you can also change it by your mouse and put it here. Then he calculate every fluid particle that crosses from this line and try to generate some string trace regarding this point, regarding this line. You can go to the next time, and you can see we can also capture the vortex behind this cylinder. Okay, I stop it. And another option that you can use to see the stream trace is the point and source. Instead of introducing a line, you can introduce a point with a radius. You can use this point source behind the cylinder, and maybe here is better. No. And then you can also play your animation. But personally, I prefer to use the line instead of the point. I think it could be a bit better, and if you want to decrease the resolution, you can easily do it by setting the resolution, and all of the option here is clear. I think if you use this filter, you can easily visualize the string trace. And also you can use the coloring by P, or maybe you can also change it to the U, and the color of this string could be the velocity, magnitude, or even vorticity. And something else that you can also find it here, but personally I prefer velocity. And if you play your animation, you can see a beautiful animation about the string trace of this float. The second filter that may be interesting for you is the glyph. And yes, glyph. If you select the glyph and I disappear the string trace, I apply, and let's see. Okay, you can see here a vectorize, but it is not clear. I want to change it. The orientation of this array could be specified by the velocity. Let's see. Yes, it is affected, and I change it, the glyph type, to the 2D glyph. Maybe it's better, but still we cannot see anything at there. We can also scale the array regarding the velocity, magnitude. And finally, we can also change the scale, maybe up to this one. Yeah, it's good. It could be better. No. Yeah, this could be better. Yes, for the 2D. For the 2D, we can see here the vector of the fluid particles that cross all of the domain, as you see, in a beautiful way. We set the 2D glyph and scale and orientation specified by the velocity field, and we set the scale factor of the 0.35, and we use also a uniform spatial distribution. We can also change the number of the samples. Just as an example, we can change it to the 2000, or maybe the 5000 is better. In any case, I think it could be good to see this one. You can also change the coloring by the velocity, and it could be maybe better to see this one. I can also change the styling, as you see. Maybe no, yes, and you can see the difference between them. Let the play animation. Here you can see the change in the vector of the velocity. Okay, I stop it. If you would like to change the color bar of this contour, this vector, you can easily come to here, select this one for the edit color map, and then you can choose the preset. Here you can find different color map. Just as an example, I chose the X-ray color map, and then I apply. As you see, here we have also a beautiful color map. When you play the animation, it seems a bit better than previous one. You can also access to the folder color map if you click on that option to load, and here you can find it. Maybe you interest to this one to find it. You can click on this option, invert the transfer function, then you can see this color map in this way. So if you play, and you can see, yeah, but this color map is better for the temperature field, as also mentioned it on the color map. And this green also could be good if you would like to see. You can also choose the green color map. In the next part of this tutorial, we will talk about the other filters like calculator or extracting data over a transient simulation, and how you can save your data and so on. Okay, if you have any question regarding this basic tutorial, please feel free to ask me. I try to complete this tutorial about the ParaView and post-processing. You can also visit our website, Hyperlisting website, and you can see here further free tutorial about the OpenFOAM post-processing, pre-processing, and so on. If you forget to subscribe our channel in the YouTube, you can subscribe and then be updated about the new video about the OpenFOAM or other software and packages. Until the next, goodbye.